Hello everyone, welcome to a new video of the indicator store, and today I want to refresh the indicator rebote. Rebote in Spanish means bounce. So what are we doing here? We are bouncing over a line. As we can see, these signals are bounces over this line. By default, the line is an exponential moving average, but we can change that, but more about that later. As we can see, it gets very nice results, but let's take a look at the parameters that we have. On the parameters, we can specify, of course, the period of the EMA, exponential moving average, and we have space bars and space distance. Very simple. What is the idea? By space bars, we specify how many bars the price must be away from the line I want to bounce at a distance of this number, space distance. After that point, then I am interested to trade. In this example, we are the default is 0.5. This is half point on Nasdaq. So when market, for example, on this bar, when market is at more than 0.5, we start counting bars. And when we have 20 bars, then we start looking, we can see the color, we start looking for a bounce pattern. The bounce pattern was already explained on a previous video. We need to be touching the line, closing on the corresponding side. So on this case, we can see that we are touching the line and we are closing over. That means the entry is more or less at the close of the signal with the bar. Okay, very important, not here. The fill for this setup is here because we need the bar to close, because maybe the market goes to the other side and the close is not in agreement with my trade. In that case, I don't get a signal. Now, as you can imagine, there are failures, but we can take a look at previous signals. This one is fine. This other, for example, we can see that the fill is more or less at the close. So depending on the size of my stop, it can be a winner, but it can also be a loser. Okay, and this is an example where maybe I want or not to trade another signal, because in this example, starting from this point, I start looking for a bounce pattern, and the bounce pattern happens here, but it is not going in my direction. It is going to the other direction, so much that now we are in gray area, no longer looking for a long. Even more, we are counting bars to the other direction. We need 20 bars to be interested in a short. But no, we start going again in the other direction. Now, if from this moment we get another 20 bars, or the number that we specify, then we may get another signal. Let's see an example. Let's decrease the number of bars to wait to a very small number. Instead of 20 bars, let's say we only wait 5 bars. Okay, 5 bars not touching the line, it means I want to trade. So we will get a lot of signals. We have one long here, and now we are looking for a short, because there was 5 bars. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars in the other side, so now we are looking for a short. But there is no pattern, no short pattern, because the bar closes on the other side. Now we have 5 bars over the line, and now we have another long. But on this case, we have one long searching for a short, and one long. What happens if I have two consecutive longs? I will need to remove this short. So let's wait maybe instead of 5 bars, 7 bars. Okay, now we are looking for a long, reset, but not enough to start looking for a short. And now start looking for a long again. Okay, so we are repeating longs. We have two consecutive longs. We can avoid that because this is also normal when we are trading bounces. We want one long, one short. In that case, we can avoid repeating longs and repeating shorts. In that case, I don't have this long. Why? Because maybe I am already coming from the first long. So I want one long, one short, one long, one short, one long, and there is no other long at the top. Okay. Usually, in my experience, the best signals are when we repeat. So we can repeat signals. And now we have longs. There is no pattern here. Another long, and so on. As I was commenting at the beginning, we are not limited to an EMA. This is an exponential moving average. But what if I change this by an exponential moving average? Let's do a copy of this and paste. So now we have two consecutive indicators with the same parameters. But on the second instance, I will change instead of an EMA with this period, I want an HMA. How can I do that? On input series, you can place any line. So you are not limited to EMA or HMA or whatever. You can place any line that you have on your platform. On this example, I want to try an HMA. The HMA is a lot faster than the EMA, so we are going to need to change the period, okay? To make it equal, it will be 30, but we know 30 is too much, okay? We can see that the line is too close to the price action, almost never having time to count 20 bars like here. Here you have a long. Maybe if I make this slower, we can try maybe 50. Not enough. It is still too close to price action. Maybe 83. Now it is similar. The same entry here, and even more. We are already ready for a short. This is the HMA. This is the EMA. So changes from long to short. The shorts are the same here and here. And it is only taking longs the EMA because the HMA is so fast that had no time to switch for short. This indicator, of course, let me remove the second instance. This indicator has plots, so we can export the trend, the signals, and also the bounce line. The bounce line is just the line where we bounce, so no, there's nothing important here. But the trend is one or my one. This is something that you can use for your filter, and we can see this if you press the middle button. You can see that the trend is -1, 0, 1. Let me change the color so it is more visible because this blue is too, and also the color of the Okay, so now we can see that the trend, when the trend of the setup is positive, it is 1. When it is neutral, 0. And when it is looking for a short, it is -1. That means that we can use this indicator to filter another trade setup looking at the trend. The signals are also plots that we can automate with markers or builder, and the indicator already includes a strategy so you can optimize parameters or auto trade the setup. Hope this video has been useful, and if you have any question or comment, you can find me on the chat room that we have on Discord. The descriptions to access the chat are on the description of this video. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.